A recent candid photo of Rosamund Pike has quietly sparked a wave of discussion among fans and entertainment watchers. Known for her powerful performances in films like Gone Girl, Pride and Prejudice, and the series The Wheel of Time, she has long maintained an image of elegance, control, and quiet intensity both on and off screen. This new image, however, shows her in a more relaxed, everyday moment, and it has drawn attention for how different it feels compared to her usual polished appearances in films and red carpet events. Rather than presenting a styled or carefully posed version of herself, the photo captures a natural, unfiltered moment that feels closer to real life than performance. What fans noticed in the image? The photo began circulating across social platforms after appearing during a recent public appearance. What stood out to many viewers was not anything dramatic or unexpected, but rather how ordinary and grounded she looked in that moment. Fans commented on how her real-life presence appears more petite and understated compared to the larger-than-life impression she often creates on screen. This reaction is not unusual when it comes to actors whose performances are shaped by camera work, lighting, wardrobe styling, and cinematic framing. All of these elements can significantly influence how a performer is perceived, sometimes making them appear more commanding or physically imposing than they actually are in everyday settings. As the image spread, many people expressed surprise, while others simply appreciated seeing a more casual and human side of a well-known actress. The discussion wasn't about transformation or change, but about contrast, how different someone can appear when all the tools of production are removed, how perception and screen presence differ. This moment also highlights a broader truth about entertainment media. What audiences see on screen is carefully constructed. Film and television rely on visual storytelling techniques that shape how characters and actors are perceived. Angles, lighting, wardrobe choices, and even the emotional tone of a scene can influence how someone's physical presence comes across. As a result, audiences often form assumptions about celebrities based on highly controlled environments, rather than everyday reality. In Rosamund Pike's case, her performances often require a strong, commanding screen presence. That presence is part of what makes her roles so memorable. However, outside of that cinematic framing, she appears more understated, which can surprise viewers who are used to seeing her in intense or dramatic roles. This difference is not unusual in the entertainment world, but it does remind audiences that screen identity and real-life presence are not always the same thing. A reminder about authenticity and public image. Beyond the initial reactions, the photo has also encouraged a more thoughtful conversation about authenticity in public life. In a world where images are often edited, filtered, or carefully curated, moments that show people in natural, unposed settings tend to stand out. They offer a reminder that celebrities, despite their fame and visibility, are still individuals who exist beyond the roles they play or the images they present professionally. Rosamund Pike has often been described as someone who maintains a grounded and private approach to fame, choosing her appearances and public engagements with care. This candid moment simply reinforces that sense of quiet authenticity. It doesn't redefine her image, but instead adds another layer to how audiences understand her as both a performer and a person. Ultimately, the conversation around the photo reflects a broader shift in how people view celebrity culture, less about perfection and more about realness, individuality, and the everyday human side behind the spotlight. Top of form, bottom of form.